Blitzers and the Nerf clan, welcome back to the channel. We are reviewing the T25 AT today. This is the American Tier 7 TD, terrific tank and one that I've enjoyed for a long time. Terrific line as well, following the Jackson, the terrible T28, but then the terrific T95 and the epic E3. Let's jump in and compare the tank to its other good tanks in the line. So Tier 7 is not known for good TDs, and nor should it be. The Jag Panther got buffed recently. The T25 AT's got multiple buffs, and the Cheeto SPG is a new entrant. These three are damn good tech tree TDs. Taking a look at them right now, you can see the SPG leads with a slightly higher advantage on the DPM. And that is true for pen and DPM. Even if you look at APCR, where the definite 2600 with APCR is quite amazing for the SPG, especially with 265 pen. But the T25 AT is no slight, neither is the Jag Panther. They also have terrific DPM, a great pen, a little bit lower for the T25 AT. But overall, the 2760 is very respectable. And the shell velocity is very high for the T25 AT and the Cheeto SPG. One difference is the T25 AT does have a lower aim time, 1.54, same as the Jag Panther, but dispersion is a little bit higher. However, the gun depression on the tank is at -10 plus 20. The SPG is -10, but only plus 15. But this thing has also terrific armor that we are now going to look at. Along with I should mention the power to weight. The power to weight ratio is 19.49, much faster than the SPG and the Jag Panther. And effective is right there as well. And I think that's a big difference because this tank could really move. The top speed is a respectable 56, reverse is 15. You can make some speed. Now look at the armor real quick. This is one of the few, I think, kind of tanks of this style that's a low base. It's a relatively low tank that has -10. That's kind of seems to be normally they're higher, like the SPG. If you angle this thing, you're not going to get penned very often. You know, you're looking at pen ranges when angled of at least 250, and as you saw there with the big TDs of the tier, that is going to get you a lot of bounces. Straight up's a little lower. It is angled, but not that much, in the around 200. But a terrific armor there. The little nub at the top is pennable, so be careful there. And the sides are not terrific, but they should prevent you. The sides should prevent you from being HE'd. Avoid showing your ass. We got a couple of great games from Rene and myself. Let's jump into them. And Rene starts off at Fort Despair here with this beast of a tank. Fort Despair can be a tricky place for TDs. It's obviously a very flat map in general. There are some perches that you'll see Rene uses, but not my favorite map for a TD. But Rene uses some of the things we just discussed of the tank. To start with, by the way, this does have the enhanced consumable. So it does have I think what Wheeler calls it crackhead speed or crack speed or something, where you really have this thing's already fast, and when you use the enhanced speed, you can fly. And so the team of Rene's team, they were kind of over here. I'm not really sure even what to say about it. But Rene gets into the spot that is a good TD spot next to a Leo who wasn't really doing much up there, and quickly spots the VK100, pops him in the hatch, no problem. I believe that was with AP, unless he changed it so quickly I missed it. And you can see that the pen of the tank is plenty good. And again, there's an IS5, same fucking thing. And Rene hits him again with really no problem right there. And Rene knows that if he can keep the tank, you don't have to back up that much because of the -10. And if he can keep the tank sides from showing, that he can actually bounce shots from even the Tier 8 heavies. And for some reason, that VK100 shoots HE at him, only gets 72 splash, which is a function of the armor as well. And again, he pops the VK100 again on the side. You can see that the dispersion for this tank, although it is 0.31 if I remember correctly, what I just shared, is plenty good for most sniping purposes. I think you'll be able to do it. And the aim time is low, so you should be able to get. That was a 1 in a 10 shot, I'd say. So I'm not surprised it missed. All right, Rene here is getting a little bit low on hit points. One thing I did not cover during the comparison is the amount of hit points this tank has. It's only 9. Rene's running it, I think, with enhanced or with the boost, which I wouldn't, by the way, with the HP boost, but it's 980. I could be wrong on all this. Who knows? But that is a huge weakness for this tank. One big hit from a you know, from an ISU, and you're down to a one shot. So you got to conserve your hit points, which is why I think you're going to see my playing with it a little bit different. I like to snipe with this tank from a distance and use the front armor to bounce. But Rene went aggressive here, and it changed the outcome of the game because his team wasn't really looking very well. They were kind of hauled down, camping like a bunch of idiots. Rene jumped in there. He's already at 3 kills and 3,000 damage. This thing puts out some damage. He kills the Leo, but gets taken out by the Lorraine. But this game's already over. It is a 5-on-1, thanks to Rene's good work there. And that was a mastery game. And you saw how quickly this tank can move and the pen that it can do. Really nicely used, Rene. And I should credit Rene as well. 3195, 4 kills, 1167 base. That's well done. I should credit Rene because Rene actually just yesterday, got me to play the tank thanks to bringing it in a tune. And that got me to think about playing this beast again. The tank before, you know, we used to be pretty good, but not nearly as good. Now here we are, Yamato Harbor. I am playing with Rene, and I like to go left here to the seaside of Yamato Harbor generally with pretty much every tank I have. I do not like A, but our team was going to A, and well, sometimes you got to go where your team goes, even if you don't like to go there. Something that doesn't happen often enough in the Blitz. I think there's people that go to the same spots every time, no matter what their teams do, and that is not good. So notice I'm going to get in position, accidentally shoot there, and I'm covering my hatch. So my hatch is on the left-hand side. I got cover on my left-hand side, and I'm trying my best. I wasn't covered until that point. I'm trying my best to cover. I actually don't believe this Tiger, and obviously the AT, I kept on tracking him. I didn't think this Tiger could pen me with my hatch covered, and that's kind of why I just stayed here. And all I'm going to do is make those little movements, and you'll see me do those when I thought the Tiger was going to shoot me. Just a little wiggle right before he shoots should be able to get you a lot of pens. And you see him again. The cannon's epic. I mean, I just hammered that Tiger. And I was actually quite happy sitting back here and just sniping these guys for the win. You see Rene went Rambo, and he is in the middle over there fighting with this thing. Once again, like it is a medium or something. Not my style with it. I struggle with the hit points. When I push and start getting taken hits, your hit points just evaporate on this tank. But Rene plays it aggressively, and it paid off the last game, and it pays off on this game too. Although you'll see his hit points disappear very quickly. At this point, I realized it was a 6-on-4 and figured, hey, I better get in this game. Rene gets a kill. I should say one of my top achievements here is acing this thing while playing with Rambo Rene, because he got a lot of damage. I think collectively we did over 5K. So I'm glad there was some meat left on the bone. And here we're a 6-on-3. I have no idea why I capped A. I guess I've been losing a lot of battles with idiots recently due to cap points. So I probably just didn't feel like it. And again, I really don't play this tank aggressively. The traverse is okay. The top speed's great, the power to weight's great, but its traverse is not. So I don't like to fly in the middle. And again, the rear armor and side armor are shit. So to me, you've got to play conservatively, but nonetheless, you'll see eventually I turn it on. So right now it's a 6-on-3. We lose the KB3. The easy snapshot there of their KB3, and now it is a 5-on-2. This game remains exciting because at this point, not a lot to lose. And notice they did cap C, so I was glad here I did get A. Otherwise, we would have probably had to go cap A now. And I found myself, I believe it was 2 Panteras over here near the B cap. I wanted to hold the B cap just in case they could do anything. My team was a little bit low on hit points. No, it's a Progetto 46 and a Pantera, same thing essentially. And I just somehow ended up taking these two guys, or pretty much on by myself, or at least I felt like it was on myself. And they did pen me a lot. I mean, the Pantera and the Progetto 46 have excellent cannons, and with APCR or Pramo, whatever, I think they should APCR. My front armor is really nothing, and I was not angled here. So, but you get to see this tank does just like Rene plays it. You can play it aggressively, terrific aim time. You can get those snapshots off. I was kind of fortunate here not to get cleared, but I've got the sufficient DPM to easily clear that Pantera, and that is all that she wrote. 52 damage and 3 kills gets me the master, and you see the amount of damage Rene did there. So, guys, I tell you, quit wasting money. Go tech tree, or don't waste your gold. Go get some coins and buy this terrific buff tank. You will not regret it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel.